What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video from the 10-7 MMA channel. I almost didn't make this video today because if you saw our show yesterday, excuse me, you can see that I'm a little under the weather. But I'm going to do my best to make it through because something dropped that was very important today, something that I've been following along on Mighty Mouse's channel. He dropped the third episode of the training arc with him and Death Sentence. Now, this is the third video we've done about Death Sentence on this channel. And just to give you the quick history, the first one I did was just me talking about this seemingly like wide divide between his level of confidence and the amount of training he's had and the amount of skills that he has required as related to the amount of training he's had. And he is an independent fighter. He's never really trained at a gym. He's self-taught, and who he models his martial arts after is largely anime, Batman, things like that. So really he has no real formal training to speak of. Yet the guy is fearless. Yet the guy believes in himself 110%. So I was just so curious about this equation because I'm always fascinated by psychology of fighters as they go into fights and the way they talk about themselves and their training. And usually I find it to be reflective of what actually transpires when a fight goes down. And it didn't seem to be the case with Death Sentence necessarily, but his confidence is unflappable. And I believe I heard in this video that when he went into this last fight, he was actually 0-4, but he's still believing fervently in himself, still wants to be a fighter, still loves to be a fighter. This caught my eye initially. Then the fight on Saturday got dropped. I watched it, and holy smokes, after now he's getting all this fanfare, all this buzz, he goes in there in the street beefs, and on his fifth fight, he gets his first victory. The guy who he fought, I believe his name is Death Penalty or something like that. The guy gave up, and Death Sentence won. I couldn't believe it because after now, he's just now really starting to take off on social media. He was on Tim Welch's podcast. People are loving him on the Mighty podcast, Mighty show. And then right on as the fame, if you will, he's got 200,000 followers on Instagram, probably way more now. Right as it's climaxing, boom, he gets his first win. And fighters all the time say that winning solves everything. And he won, and he got his first victory, and it's so incredible. So now, as this third episode has been released, I wanted to really dive in a little bit more deeply to understand the formula behind this guy and why he's so captivating to people like me. Why, even though maybe he doesn't have the solid skill set yet, I think he's gonna develop it, by the way. I think this guy is serious about training, and I think we're gonna be surprised in a year from now how he's gonna look. I think he's gonna look totally different when he gets into a fight. But why, despite the fact that at this current moment when he's getting in there, why he's captivating everybody. And I've been thinking about it all day since I watched this episode, and I think I'm starting to put the pieces together. And also, there's more to this story now as you get to see his family interact and his family comment on what's going on. And it's just amazing. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, there's one clip that I left out, one of the most beautiful moments in the whole series, where Mighty Mouse is talking to his brother, and his brother is just so thankful to Mighty Mouse. It's like, I don't know. It's just such a feel-good story. Even look at this. We have 15,000 likes on this video, and I think right now it's only gone. Okay, it's up to 72,000, but total views. But that like to view ratio is insane. You know, it's about 1 to 5, which is really, really high, and that just tells you that this narrative and this story is gripping everybody, not just fight fans. I think it's branching out to a wider audience. So the first thing that I wanted to show in this first clip is that in this video, this is the first time we really get to see his mom and his family. We've seen his brother because his brother comes along to the Mighty Mouse training center and is there with him every step of the way to just get his back and be with him, which I think is awesome. This is the first time we see his mom and his sister. And this is a big part of the story when you see how happy they are for him, because this must have been his dream forever, to be a fighter, to get in there and for people to be excited about him fighting. So this is part of the formula, I believe, that is what's making everybody want to see this guy succeed and latch onto the story. So check this out. Listen to this quote from his mom. This is before the fight. This is before he even got the victory.
What do you think about all this?
It's amazing. It's amazing. I can't even describe it. No words can describe this. This is amazing. I'm proud of him. He worked hard. He did. Look, it's just wow.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie, it's crazy.
Like everybody here know me.
People love him. And I'm gonna show some more clips, and I know exactly why people love him. It's the same thing that I always say in terms of what fighters in the UFC or other organizations, when people latch onto them, it really is about authenticity. And then the super formula is when being your authentic self also, for whatever reason, resonates with a lot of people. You know, certain people just have that right formula. It's never about playing a character, being something that you're not, to try and win people over. I feel like most fans see through that. But this guy is just 100% himself. When he's talking about his confidence, whether or not there's a disconnect between his confidence and his actual skill set, he believes it. So the thing is I think people are picking up on that confidence, that it's authentic. It's not fabricated to intimidate his opponents or to build himself up. It's real. And I think that's another part of a huge part of the formula here. There's other pieces as well, but a huge part of the formula in terms of why people are gravitating so much towards him. Now, another piece is this amazing mentorship that's going on between Mighty Mouse Demetrius Johnson and Death Sentence, and Death Sentence looks up to him. So this is another amazing component of the story that we get to watch unfold in real time. So just check out this little clip right here when Mighty Mouse gives him his final words of advice.
Okay, well, hey, stay focused. Remember your training. You got this, Mr. Death, okay?
Thank you, Master.
You've done everything the right way. Bruce Wayne would be proud of you right now.
Thank you, Master. I appreciate it. I'll make you proud, Master. It won't be for nothing.
I'm already proud. Whether you win or lose, I'm already proud.
Thank you, Master. That means a lot, dog.
All right, good luck. We'll be waiting to hear the results. Godspeed, young Padawan.
Thank you, bro. We'll call you as soon as that. It's not going to take long, bro. I'll call you as soon as after it's done.
All right, man.
I promise.
Godspeed.
Godspeed, Night Mighty Mouse. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Oos.
Oos. Yes.
It is fucking packed there, dude. It is. It's more packed than the goddamn UFC Apex Center. Whew. Now.
That's true. I would show clips from the fight, but last time I did that in the video on Saturday, it got age restricted. So unfortunately, I can't do that. But it was packed, dude. This guy might be the biggest star in the history of Street Beefs. But anyways, look at that relationship. Look at the respect he has for Mighty Mouse. You could tell Mighty Mouse genuinely cares about this guy. He's looking out for him. And there's more evidence of that later on. So this is another piece we're seeing. And look, I love how he calls him master, right? Like the old school martial arts. And I think this relationship is another piece of this incredible story that's getting people very, very excited about Death Sentence. Okay, moving on to another clip right here. This, I believe, this is after the fight. So he actually goes out there. He gets his first victory. Now, his opponent was complaining that there was a lot of shots to the back of the head. In fairness, I have to be honest, there were shots to the back of the head when they got into the clinch, and he actually had him in a choke. He was using his jiu-jitsu. He had just been training jiu-jitsu for like 6 weeks, and he was like going into the ground, getting him. He had a really good choke on him, but while he was in the choke, he was doing ground and pound, like hitting him, and he was hitting him. It was like top of the head and back of the head shots. So there was some credibility to that, but that's not a reason to necessarily quit. I mean, who am I to say? I've never stepped in there, but usually, right, you just say, all right, he got a warning or he can get a point taken away and you continue the fight. But his opponent refused to fight after that point. And I mean, that's how it goes. So he wins. Death Sentence wins fair and square. This is the aftermath of the victory. He is so hyped. So check this out. Again, you can it's like just the most authentic, joyful reaction and response, and I think that this is a big piece of the puzzle why people like this guy so much. Look at the response and the reaction from his family. This is another piece that we're seeing revisited a second time. So she was already having the time of her life, so happy for him. Now he comes out and he gets his first victory. Look at her reaction and his sister's reaction. Look, she's about to cry.
Bro,
It's up from here. It's up from here. Sit. Oh man, I'm so. Y'all had to step back. Had tears in my eyes. I had to get it together. He did it. Yeah.
How do you feel?
Amazing. Number one hype man.
He won by submission.
Oh, wait. I got to stop this clip because I don't know. They're showing little footage. I don't know if that's going to get me in trouble again. All right. But anyways, you see the family around him. Oh, actually, wait. I do have to show. Hold on. This is when he's talking to his brother. Let me get this next clip right up here. Hold on one second. Yeah. Okay. So this is where you're going to see that clip of his brother. you can see not only is it so important to him, but you can see how happy and excited his family is. This is clearly something that he's always been passionate about, has loved. He talks about how he plays with his toys and reenacts fight scenes all the time. He's watching Batman, constantly shadowboxing. It's so important for him. So you can see they're all winning alongside with him. Listen to this emotional conversation between Mighty Mouse and Death Sense's brother.
Let's fucking go. Let's go.
Bro, I haven't been this happy in so long. Thank you so much for everything. Like he truly picked up a lot. I'm so proud of him.
That's what's up, man. That's what it's all about. This wasn't for me. This is for you guys. And
That's his brother right there, and you can hear him on the phone with Mighty Mouse. He might be crying. I don't know. Obviously, he's just so happy here. Check out a little bit more.
the fans.
It's beautiful.
Go and enjoy, and we'll catch up soon.
Like it's just so dope. It's just so dope. Now we're coming down to the next, the final clip here, and this is again that last piece that piece I already mentioned, the mentorship between the two, and the fact that you can tell Mighty Mouse, he genuinely cares about Dead Sense. Dead Sense is like legit his disciple. And then look at this really cool surprise that he does for him. And again, this makes me excited too, because I said in the last video, yo, this guy may not have trained at all up to this point. Maybe very little right now, a few weeks of jiu-jitsu, some training with Mighty Mouse. But dude, he's young. He's like 21 or 22. You can tell he's athletic. He's got long limbs. These are the raw materials that somebody can use to become a great fighter if they stay disciplined, they stay focused, they train. He's got good tutelage. And look at what Mighty Mouse does from here so he can get to the next level. Check this out.
Me and the team at the Mighty Cast, we're going to pay for your gym lessons at the jiu-jitsu gym.
No way.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
Does the other guy know who's the guy?
We're going to take care of all that. Don't you worry. So
Just let me know the location.
yes, we'll let you know the location. I believe
7 minutes from your house.
7 minutes from your house.
Oh my God.
Get a bicycle and you can start going and start your journey of getting ready for your next battle.
4 weeks from now, I can just go there every day for 4 weeks.
Yes, you can. Congratulations.
Yes.
So there you go. Now he's got a paid gym membership courtesy of Mighty Mouse, and he can train. I guess he said his next fight in Street Beefs is over the summer in July, and we'll see what progress he can make in the next two to 3 months. But what I'm really curious to see is where he can go in a year or 2 years, whether it's the UFC or not. It doesn't even matter. People love this guy so much. They will pay. I think they will come in droves to see him fight in regional promotions, in Street Beefs, or in other organizations with the right matchups. I think this could be very, very, very interesting. And I think he's got a lot of potential. Again, you look at his fights and you say, oh, well, maybe you might say he's not that good per se yet. But again, this is like no training. That's where everybody starts. So the fact now that he's got the financial resources through Mighty Mouse, he's got obviously that massive mentorship. Now he's got a local gym. He's passionate. He's crazy. All the other pieces that you need to be a star or a superstar, they're already there. Again, he's just him. He is purely authentic. He is confident. He even talks smack like crazy. Like, you can't teach that kind of stuff. That's just in you. And it's in him. There's no act, no BS. This is why he's such a star. And if he can now build onto his base and really bite down this mouthpiece, train like crazy, and actually come out in a year or two, and maybe it's less, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's not even a year or two, but really showcase some massive improvement, dude. People are going to get so excited. It's wild. This is a wild story. So what I will end on is I just hope that exactly what I'm saying happens, that he goes in. I think it's going to happen. He's going to go in. He's going to take the training seriously. He's going to learn from Mighty Mouse. He's going to stay passionate. He's going to stay hungry. I believe he will, because he seems like this is the only thing he wants to do in his life, is be a fighter and to train and all this stuff. And it's going to be so, so, so interesting to take somebody with all those other pieces, but the practice and the repetition and the training, now add that in, and let's see where this can go. So this is a very, very fascinating story. I think I'm going to continue to cover it. And it's funny. It's like, it kind of hits at the heart of what I love about this sport so much, which is one of the main things, one of the big things that I love about the sport so much, which is about the people and the personalities and the stories, which I've often said is almost equally as important to me as the actual fights. It's not just the fights. It's like, where do these fighters come from? How do they get this mentality that they even want to step into the cage and want to take on these massive risks, like death sentence is willing to do, or like these other fighters are willing to do? Because again, I feel like that's something that I don't have in me. And so I'm so curious how everybody gets to that point where they're like, nah, I'm going to face my fears. I'm going to get in there and do what most people would never be willing to do. Very, very fascinating. So let's see what happens. Let me know in the comments. Are you guys equally as intrigued by this story as it develops and unfolds? What do you guys think is going to happen next in his next fight and subsequent fights? Let me know your thoughts. And last but not least, are you guys loving this series on Mighty Mouse's channel as much as me? Because I am absolutely loving it. I think it's absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much for joining. We'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.